The contents of this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as medical advice. If you have a specific health concern or condition, please consult a qualified healthcare professional. For more details, check out herguru.uk/disclaimers. Hi there, everyone. It's Cheryl from ABGW. Amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful. And today, I hope you're ready to be taken on an enlightening journey. Today, we're delving into the realms of negative self-talk and pessimistic thinking. But we're not just going to dwell on the dark side. No. We're here to infuse your journey with some humour, insight, and a good dose of sass. If you're particularly interested in experiencing a Jedi mind trick, stay tuned. But before we get down to business, let me introduce you to the lovely lady Eve. Eve was known for her stunning appearance, with flowing golden locks and captivating green eyes. However, there was something quite unusual about Eve. Everything she said was negative. No matter how well things were going, Eve couldn't help but be pessimistic and doubt herself. Fortunately, Eve had a trusted friend named Cheryl, who was rather different from her. Cheryl had discovered the power of positive affirmations and was using them to manifest incredible things in her life, almost like magic. Cheryl, being the caring soul that she was, hint, hint, couldn't bear to see Eve trapped in her negativity. She believed that if Eve shifted her mindset just a little, amazing things would begin happening. So one afternoon, Cheryl hatched a plan to help her friend. Hey, Eve, how about we go into a metaphorical learning laboratory today? It will be so much fun. Eve, ever the pessimistic, replied with a sigh, I doubt it. I don't know. But undeterred, Cheryl pulled a small notebook from her bag. It was filled with positive affirmations that she had written down over the years. Okay, Eve, listen up. Holding the notebook open, I want you to repeat after me. I am capable of having a fantastic day filled with joy and laughter. I'm capable of having a fantastic day filled with joy and laughter. Eve hesitated, but decided to give it a try. Now, the thing is, our conscious mind can be full of doubts and fears, and often that leads to the barrier between moving forward and staying where we are, that barrier in our healing journey. However, what we can do is we can push past that resistance and we can start unlocking the door to our subconscious mind's intense healing power. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard this saying that we only use about 10% of our brain, our mind power. That is not strictly true. The reason why I know that's not strictly true is because if you go outside and you look around in nature, nature does not waste anything. Trees, this time of year, especially this time of year because we've had such a mild winter, trees, they lose their leaves, the leaves drop down to the ground, and then worms and other insects and other stuff, nematodes, draw those leaves down into the ground, and those leaves get recycled into soil, and then that soil then re-nurtures the tree, etc., etc., etc. So nature doesn't waste anything. And it's the same with our minds. The thing is, our conscious mind roughly takes up about 10% of our mind power. The rest of our mind is our subconscious. Can you imagine that? 90% of what's going on around inside your mind at this very moment, you're not even aware of. And that is why I'm so into hypnotherapy. I'm so into the ability to use the subconscious mind to change how we think and we feel about things, and then getting more of the life that we love. Because the thing is, every time we encounter negative thoughts, we have a tendency to almost put them on like clothes, negative thoughts. But what we can do, we can counter those negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Because every time we do that, we're retraining our subconscious mind. We're teaching ourselves resilience. We're showing up that positivity can prevail over past trauma. And this practice is so transformational, so transformational. Our subconscious starts to embrace things. Have you ever noticed? I bring this up. I had a car accident a few weeks ago, and my car was off the road. And I got a one of those courtesy cars that you get. And I remember driving around. It's like I saw my car everywhere. It's like every journey, I either saw a red one or a blue one or a white one or a black one. But literally every time I left my house and I took a car ride, I would see my car. And it's weird. The thing is, I wasn't looking for my car, but what it was in my subconscious, it was the fact that I was missing my car. And my subconscious mind picked up on that. And so whenever I went out, I would automatically see my car. It's not that I didn't see the other cars. Of course I saw the other cars because I consider myself a good driver. What was happening was, because I had already put that in my subconscious, I'd made that a conscious mind thought. My mind was constantly looking for my car. And that's what happens with negative thoughts. When we put negative stuff in, it's a bit like a sausage maker. We get more negative thoughts out. But when we put more positive stuff in, we get more positive stuff out. And the more we put in, gradually and gradually, it's almost like it becomes exponential, the empowering process of positivity and how we can push aside traumatic memories, push them to the background so they're not in our purview when we're trying to move forward in our life. So when you find that your conscious mind resisting, remember, give yourself a break. You're on a path to reprogramming your subconscious for healing, for strength and resilience. And the best thing is, this journey is worth every single step. Sweet talking for the subconscious mind. Think of your affirmations as a gentle, loving conversation that you are having with the deepest parts of your being. Because our subconscious mind is a bit like a child. I know. The thing is, though, as all children are, they're very receptive to new ideas and they're very impressionable, which means, believe it or not, especially when it comes to positive, reinforced messages are repeated with love and conviction, they go right down deep into the parts of our minds that we need to, in order to move forward with things, our subconscious. Because the thing is, affirmations are like a language we understand the best. And it's the best kind of language for kindness, self-compassion, and possibilities. Every positive statement you make is almost like rubbing soothing balm all over your body. That soothing balm all over your subconscious. Over time, these words of encouragement heal those old wounds, often rooted deep in past traumas, and replace them with feelings of self-worth and ultra confidence. And isn't it nice to know that this isn't just poetic? Like I said, neuroscience has shown that positive self-talk strengthens and continuously strengthens all those pathways in our mind that are associated with the self-worth, self-compassion, and optimism that we love so much. And that transformational process reshapes not only our thoughts, but our very brain structure. So speak kindly to yourself, give yourself a break, show yourself some real self compassion because your subconscious is always listening, always ready to embrace love and healing as it begins your pathway to love, resilience, and strength. Remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Scheduling affirmation sessions. One of the lovely things I love to do in the morning, and I believe it's such a nurturing thing, is talk to my subconscious mind. Okay, I know that sounds crazy. But the thing is, when you set a specific time for affirmations, it's almost like creating a sacred space for your mental well-being. It's a bit like telling your subconscious, this time is important, y'all. So let's make a priority for it. And we can allow your journey towards healing and self-discovery and all those other nice things like optimism. The thing is, consistency in these sessions sends a such an awesome amount of power and message to the deepest parts of your mind. It's like building a routine of positivity. You know, that positive self-fulfilling loop just continues and continues, slowly transforming your subconscious mind and your beliefs and your attitudes. And this is so crucial for those of us who've suffered any post-traumatic stress, because by dedicating this time, this special time, I do mine within 10 minutes of me waking up. I get on most mornings at 5 a.m., which is kind of dreary right now because it's still dark. But my alarm goes off, I get out of bed, and bam, I'm doing my affirmations. Because when you allow your subconscious to dedicate this specific time to absorb these affirmations, everything goes in deep. It's almost like, you know, when you have a house plant that you water regularly, you're nurturing growth and you're encouraging change at the most fundamental level. And that's your subconscious. Trauma recovery redefined, from struggle to strength for a life you love more often than not. So, one of the things you might want to do for yourself, maybe you wake up at 6:30. Maybe you could say at 7 a.m., it's me time with my affirmations, and make it a non-negotiable appointment with yourself. The thing is, setting a regular time for these activities increases their effectiveness by creating neurological pathways. Have you noticed that when you do something regularly, it's almost like you don't need to think about it anymore? You know, when you drive the car, when you wash the dishes, when you go for a run, your body just knows what exactly to do. And that's what we're trying to create when we set a regular appointment, a regular time for these affirmations. We increase their magnitude, we increase their effectiveness. Crafting efficient and effective affirmations. So let's dive deep into the magic of the subconscious. When we craft affirmations, it's a bit like drawing beautiful art. Each word should be chosen with intention, as these phrases, they're they're like a blueprint for reprogramming our subconscious. And the thing is, because they're positive and they're said in the present tense, they resonate with us on a neurological level, a neurological truth. They have the ability, when we do these things, because they're not just words, they're not just phrases, they're almost commands to our subconscious mind, to your subconscious mind. And they have the power to dismantle old negative ways of thinking that have been laid down maybe years ago, and use that as the foundation for a new and empowering self-image. This art, these words of affirmation are all backed by science, as I've said. But the thing is, and I go on about it because I want you to understand just how powerful the subconscious mind is and how easily it readily accepts these positive present tense statements, because it leads us to more and more profound and lasting change in our thought patterns. And that's where we need to make changes, one thought at a time. So when you craft your affirmations, do it with care, do it with love, do it with self-compassion, because your subconscious is ready to be molded into the beautiful truths that you love to create. This episode of ABGW is brought to you by Her Guru Coaching and Hypnotherapy, exploring the potential within. Her Guru provides both physical and mental fitness coaching and hypnotherapy services. You can find out more details by visiting herguru.uk. The repetition ritual. Affirmations really do require repetition. You know that any skill that is anything worth learning requires repetition. You know, the best people in the world, you know, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, just thinking of, you know, a couple of names that come to mind, you know, Andy Murray, anyone in anything, any sort of sports arena, any kind of, you know, film arena. What have they had to do to get as good as they've got? They've had to do the same thing over and over and over again, which sounds kind of boring, yeah? I get that. But the thing is, with affirmation, they don't take long to do. You do them on the regs, and then you get the benefits. You get the transformational effect on your subconscious mind. And repetition is not just about practice, it's about ritual. The same way that, you know, you put your socks on, exactly the same way. I'm sure you do. You put the left one on first or vice versa. It's the same with the repetition that you get when you do your affirmations. They become a ritual. They become a rhythm that your subconscious mind recognizes and then continues to dance to. And when we repeat affirmations, we're reinforcing their power. We're embedding them so deep into our mental landscape that they become part of the furniture, part of everything that goes on around us. And it's a bit like when you get a song stuck in your head. Do you know what I mean? When you hear something and you think, oh yeah, you just can't stop singing it. That's the power of affirmations. They become part of us. And when they become part of us, they go, like I say, deep. And they begin to start shaping our beliefs. And when they start shaping our beliefs, they then start influencing our emotions. And then they guide our behavior. And all of this, like I said, stems from deep in our subconscious. So this ritual of doing affirmations is especially potent. It's when we've suffered any kind of traumatic stress at all, because each repetition is almost like a step towards rewriting trauma narratives held in our subconscious. And gradually, as we do that, We're replacing those stories with stories of strength and resilience and recovery. So embrace the repetition. It's a journey of self-discovery and healing, one that promises to transform not only your mind, but your life, so that you have more of the life that you love. As weeks turned into months, a transformation unfolded. Eve's determination, fueled by Cheryl's expertise, led to breakthrough after breakthrough. The invisible trains of trauma began to loosen their grip, and one day, with tears of joy streaming down her face, Evie took her first steps in years. 6 months into their journey, something extraordinary happened. Eve decided to enter the Boston Marathon. Amongst the cheers from the crowd, she stood tall, not just as a survivor, but as a determined warrior. Her story echoed through the trails of the marathon, inspiring everyone that heard it. Evie, with Cheryl's unwavering support, was not only able to reclaim her ability to think positively, but she was sprinting towards a future that once seemed impossible. And so, in the heart of Berkshire, amongst the whispers of the National Trust woods, Eve's journey from the confines of a negative mindset to the triumph of the Boston Marathon became a testament to the transformational power of positive thinking, resilience, and the human connection forged in the crucible of just believing in yourself. Hope you enjoyed meeting Eve today. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more episodes. And remember, you can always join us for chatter on Facebook and Instagram. You know, we've been exploring trauma recovery today and resilience so that you can continue creating the life that you love more often than not. So stay tuned for more empowering content from ABGW, and remember, your resilience is a powerful force. So may your force be with you. Bye for now.